I've spent more than 3 decades sitting across from people talking about money. People who had it all, people who lost everything, and those who never had much but somehow lived with peace. I've seen fear behind smiles, stress behind luxury, and emptiness behind success. And after all those years, I discovered something that changed the way I see the world. The secret to success isn't out there. It's inside you. Most people believe success is about running faster, working harder, or catching opportunities before others do. They spend their whole lives chasing something: money, approval, love, respect. But the faster they run, the emptier they feel. They think they're moving forward, but most are just running in circles. I once had a client named Michael. He was successful by most standards: good income, multiple projects, non-stop hustle. Yet he came to me one day, exhausted and lost, saying, "I don't get it. I work harder than anyone I know, but the money just slips away." I smiled and said, "Michael, the problem isn't that money isn't coming to you. It's that you're moving so fast, it doesn't know where to land." Money, I told him, is a mirror. It reflects who you are, not what you want. If your inner world is chaotic, your outer world will mirror that chaos. But when you are calm, clear, and aligned, life begins to flow toward you effortlessly. That's what I call the mirror effect. The world always reflects your inner state. You can't control the economy, the market, or other people. But you can control how you respond to them. And when your response changes, your reality changes with it. When I was younger, I thought success was a ladder. You climb one step at a time: education, promotion, investments. But now I know it's not a ladder. It's a reflection. Everything you have, money, relationships, opportunities, is a reflection of who you are becoming. That's why the wealthy don't chase money. They become the kind of person money chases. They don't work to prove their worth. They work to expand it. And here's something all successful people share: the power of silence. In my career, I've worked with founders, investors, and billionaires, and they all have one habit in common. They take time to be still. At least 30 minutes a day, no phone, no meetings, no noise, just silence. That silence is where clarity is born. Once, I asked a CEO how he made billion-dollar decisions so effortlessly. He smiled and said, "I don't decide fast. I just stay quiet long enough to hear what's right." That hit me deeply, because silence isn't the absence of sound. It's the presence of understanding. We live in a world of constant noise: social media, news, opinions. Everyone's talking, but almost no one is listening. The more you fill your head with noise, the less you hear your own voice. And if you can't hear yourself, how can you know what you truly want? The most powerful people I've met move slowly. They don't react, they respond. They don't chase, they attract. They don't shout, but when they speak, people listen. Because their energy is grounded, not scattered. When you focus on yourself, the first thing that changes isn't your income. It's your perspective. You stop comparing. You stop pleasing. You stop needing validation. You begin to live from your own center. And when your mind is calm, your actions become precise. And precise actions always create powerful results. Real wealth isn't measured by what you have, but by who you are when you have nothing. If you can stay grateful, peaceful, and focused even when life is uncertain, you're already richer than most people ever will be. I remember one morning years ago, I opened my laptop, looked at my portfolio, a few $1 million gained overnight, and felt nothing. No joy, no pride, just peace. I realized then that freedom doesn't come when you have more money. It comes when money no longer controls your peace. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish. It's the foundation of freedom. When you live aligned with your truth, you don't need permission to be happy. You don't need to chase love, success, or opportunity. Because everything you need, wealth, peace, purpose, connection, will flow naturally toward you. The world doesn't reward the fastest runners. It rewards those who walk with clarity. And that clarity, it always begins within.